What is up, everybody? This is me, Aaron Smiledog, and today is a different kind of video. I've never really made videos like these where I express my opinions on a certain subject, especially when it comes to gaming. I never really express my opinion online too much because, you know, social justice warriors and things. But when it comes to gaming, I guess I can say more, but I thought this would be an interesting one. So, what's coming up is Cold War Season 3 is coming up, and the roadmap has been released yesterday night, which is Monday night for me. And I checked out the roadmap, and at first I was a bit unimpressed, but then I saw some things that piqued my interest now that I think about it. So on screen what you're seeing right now is some pure Black Ops 1 gameplay on T5M Plutonium. I've tried using the servers, but for some reason my servers were fully empty, so I had to play with veteran bots in custom matches. In custom matches. So the weapons I'm using is the M16 and the M60. I love using the M16 because it's not the best, but it is still pretty powerful, and the M60 because it is pretty powerful and it gives me the Vietnam vibes. So nonetheless, let's start talking about the roadmap. So here's a incredibly tiny version of the roadmap for Season 3 of Black Ops Cold War, and let's start from the left and then go to the bottom, left to right. So first of all, we got new multiplayer maps, which makes me happy. Now, one of the biggest problems, in my opinion, with Cold War's multiplayer is the amount of maps. We barely have any maps now. Honestly, I wouldn't care how many maps they had if the maps were actually good. We all know that Modern Warfare and Cold War, they don't have the best maps in Call of Duty. And for example, with Cold War, there's a very little amount of maps that are actually playable. For example, we had Miami Strike, Apocalypse, Crossroads Strike, and that's about it really. There's nothing other that's so good about the game. And that's of course I'm counting the non-remasters, but even like half of those maps aren't unique. So technically the only unique map we have that's actually good is probably Apocalypse, which is pretty sad. Now, I thought that the older seasons would bring more content into the game in terms of maps, and at least have good maps to them. For example, with like I thought, like on Season 1 when I saw the Pines, I was excited because I mean it felt unique, like raiding a mall at the 80s. Thought it would be cool. Turned out to be pretty shit. But in Season 1 they also did remaster two maps, Raid and Express, and Raid, in my opinion, is probably so far the best map we have on Cold War, but right now it's unplayable because everyone sweats in it. And also they remastered Express from Black Ops 2, and it's an exact copy. It's not like a reskin like they did in the older games. It's an exact copy, just like how they did it on BO4. They just copy pasted the files and then they just copy pasted the files and that's it. And Raid, like Express, I just didn't really like on BO2 that much either, because everyone would just camp with an LSAT and target finder on their LSAT, and it seems like everyone camps with thermal stoners or RPDs whenever I play Express on Cold War, so I guess some traditions never change. And so I didn't really like Express. Like when I heard that it was getting remastered, I mean I was happy that we were gonna have one more map, but I just didn't like Express in general, so I couldn't care less. What's next? The next thing that we have is on Season 2 we got Raid. No, we didn't get Raid on Season 2. In Season 2 we got Apocalypse and Miami Strike. Those are the only maps we got. And it's kind of funny because I expected we'd have a bit more maps, but just like Season 1, we only got one fully unique map. Miami Strike is just a modified version of the map Miami to be playable for 6v6 because that map was horrible and was definitely a ground war map, and in no way it was a 6v6 map. But now with Apocalypse was good. I will give him that. Apocalypse was actually a pretty good map, and the problem with Apocalypse was the layout was pretty shit. Like, I don't know what was going on when they were creating the layout, but for some reason the map, it flew. Like, it was one of those maps where the layout might have been shitty, but it worked. So I don't understand that, but I'm not gonna complain. That's pretty nice to know. What else? We got Miami Strike. Miami Strike was pretty good too, but it's just flooded with sweats. Same with Raid. Raid and Miami Strike are both unplayable now because it's just sweats. And we got Nuketown as well, but I don't consider that. We got that as a preseason, as our preseason map, I think. So I don't consider Nuketown. We get it in every single game, and it gets worse every single time it gets reintroduced. Cold War's Nuketown's probably the worst Nuketown we've had. I don't think any Nuketown can top off BO1's. BO1 probably the best Nuketown in my opinion. Best COD multiplayer as well. So I think that for multiplayer maps, I think it's very nice we're getting 2 maps, and it's 2 totally unique maps. Now, first one is Yamantau. Now, we've entered Yamantau before in Call of Duty. In the Black Ops 1 campaign, we've entered Yamantau in the mission WMD, I think that's what it was called. And we entered there as Hudson, and I like to call that mission Call of Duty White Ops just because it's all snowy and shit like that. But in Cold War, we've re-went there? Re-went? Is that the correct term? We went there again, for some reason in the campaign, I can't remember why. But we went there again, and now we're getting a multiplayer map there. Seriously getting some Summit and Array vibes from Black Ops 1 multiplayer. Let's just hope that the maps play as good as Array and Summit played. Summit was actually BO2, was it? I can't remember. I don't remember if it was from BO1 or 2, but Summit was still, in my opinion, one of the best maps we've had. So, our third map is also going to be Standoff, which I'm very excited for. Standoff was one of my favorite maps in Call of Duty in general. Probably one of the top 5 in Black Ops 2. We've only got it remastered once, and that was on BO3, and that was just a reskin remaster. So it was different. It was like set in the 1800s or something. It was set in the 19th century, I think. And it was also reintroduced in COD Mobile, but I wouldn't call that a remaster, since it's like a totally different game, and the game probably looks a bit worse than Black Ops 2 anyways. So I don't know if I should consider it as a remaster. So other than that, what do we got? Let's see. We got new multiplayer modes. Now, honestly, I wouldn't really care about the multiplayer modes too much because it's pretty depressing. You get a good multiplayer mode, stay there for like 2 or 3 weeks as a playlist, and then never come back again, not even in custom games, which in my opinion is pretty upsetting. Season 1 introduced a dropkick as a limited time mode, and it was probably one of the best game modes in Call of Duty history, and I was so upset that they removed it. With Season 2, I forgot what they introduced, but I didn't enjoy that much. They did introduce gun game, and that seems to be staying. Stockpile, I don't know if that's also exclusive to Season 2, but I don't think it should be because it was in BO4 as a permanent mode. And if you don't know what Stockpile is, it's basically kill confirmed, but when you grab the dog tags, you have to actually deposit them instead of just picking them up like kill confirmed. So yeah, and let's see what we got. So we got Sticks and Stones, and Sticks and Stones, I guess, would be nice. I mean, I'm probably never gonna play it with this sweaty ass skill based matchmaking, because all that's gonna happen is I'm gonna be getting 360 tomahawked all day long by nerds and so on. Alright, so next on the list we have multi-team elimination. So first, I thought this was gonna be like Kingslayer from Warzone. If you don't know what that game mode is, basically it's the Warzone map, except You are in teams of 3, and basically you just gotta go for as much kills as possible. You do have respawns, and the team that has the most amount of kills is the winning team. And I think it's pretty fun on Warzone. Does get old pretty fast, especially because you get to pick your loadouts. People just get the meta weapons and then they dominate the battlefield. And with, for example, with this one, I wasn't so excited knowing the same exact thing would happen until I read it on the blog post. And guys, I don't know if you're seeing this, but this is Blackout. We're literally getting Blackout as a game mode on Season 3. And first of all, you don't get to pick loadouts. You get your weapons from crates. I don't know if that counts for attachments as well. I hope so, that'd be fun. What else? What else are we getting? Like, there will be some respawns, but basically once, like, it does say it's last man standing, last team standing. So does that mean that we're just gonna keep on killing teams? Maybe like each player in a team has one respawn, kind of something like Rebirth Resurgence from Warzone. So I was just curious, maybe like this is it, maybe this is the Blackout that all the COD veterans have been waiting for, knowing that the COD veterans, they dislike Warzone like me. And I think that Blackout is the superior battle royale. I mean, Warzone did do a lot of better things, but I still think that Blackout is the better one. And it's such a cool thing that they're technically bringing Blackout over to Black Ops Cold War. Let's just hope that they use the Ural Mountains map that they scrapped, because, you know, Activision's a piece of shit, instead of us just playing on Fireteam maps that can get old pretty fast. So what else do we have on the roadmap? Let's see. We have a new score streak, Stray Front. Now, I'm a bit hesitant when it comes to score streaks, mainly because in Cold War, score streaks are complete ass. I remember when score streaks used to be useful in the game, like it was a reward for getting a score streak, like on Black Ops 1. The fact that you could get a chopper gunner and pretty much be the #1 winner by just getting 11 kills without dying was phenomenal in my opinion. In Modern Warfare 2, you could end the entire match with a click of a button if you were skilled enough. On Cold War, you'd spend the entire match getting a harp, only for someone to use an air patrol, which only took them 5 minutes to get, if they're good at the game. And they'll just shoot it down, all that work. Plus you have the jammer bug, where basically people can immediately just basically jam your map, so if you have a harp, you won't see anyone on the map. And it's not content, fellas. I mean, a score streak for me doesn't matter on Cold War anymore. I don't care what score streak we get if it takes us the entire match and it gets shot down by a rocket launcher. But this Stray Front might be a bit different, other than the air patrol shooting it down, because as the Stray Front might be like the bombing run from older Call of Duty games, like carpet bombs and so on. And I guess in that case you can't really shoot it down with a rocket. The only way you can get it down is with air patrol. So maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's a better napalm strike, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it turns out to be. And we still don't know if it's like a carpet bomber. So next we have Warzone content. I expected it just a bit more, considering how Season 2 of Warzone is gonna end, but it just says two things. We have a Warzone map update, a new Warzone event. So the event is called Hunt for Adler. I would say I was interested if this season's event didn't go so bad, because this season had the Outbreak event and it took like 2 months for the zombies to basically run over the entire map, and it just took them forever and forever and forever. I could fall asleep here. It was very slow, and let's just hope the Hunt for Adler doesn't go the same way. What else we got? We got the Warzone map update. I'm not surprised, we are nuking the map. And like like if you're nuking the map, obviously we're gonna be in the 1980s version of Verdansk. Let's hope that it's made by Treyarch, because Treyarch prefers making maps where people run around. Verdansk has a lot of safe spaces and skyscrapers, which make it very boring, because someone just sits on top of a skyscraper and then just uses meta weapons to kill you while you're on the ground. It's not fun. I don't know how people enjoy that kind of gameplay. But like in Blackout, the map was very open and the buildings weren't that tall, so people would run around. They were forced to run around. You'd have to use trees as cover instead of camping in a house. Let's see what else we got. We got zombies. And I was a bit shaky about the zombies content. Long story short, we're getting a new outbreak region, a new field upgrade, and vehicles and intel. So intel, I mean, what's the point? I'll just watch a YouTuber play the intel for me. What else do we got? Vehicles. I don't see how adding vehicles to Outbreak is content. I really don't. A new Outbreak region. I mean, what difference is it gonna make if it's the same damn objectives all the damn time? New field upgrade. Doesn't matter. Ring of Fire is the best. So I'm questioning myself, like, are we getting any map this season? Because they did say that the Outbreak Easter egg is coming this season, but it's not coming at launch. So is it coming at Reloaded? And if it comes at Reloaded, when is Berlin gonna come? Season 4? Are we gonna end up with like only 4 maps, including Outbreak? 5 maybe? If you look at the leaks, there's a lot of people who, a lot of leakers, they can't seem to really tell us what happens after Berlin. And if we look at Firebase Z and look at the outbreak zones, most of the outbreak zones that we haven't discovered in zombies yet, you then realize that they're just part of Onslaught. So who knows, Berlin might not even be a zombies map. Berlin might just be a map in multiplayer set in Berlin, and it's Onslaught in Berlin. So I don't even, like, is it like I said, is it even going to be zombies? Like, is Outbreak our last map? Who knows? But I know there's a lot of intel and all that, but I can't be bothered. I just don't care. I don't want to read something outside of the game. I really wanted the Easter egg because for me the biggest part of replayability in zombie maps for me come from the Easter eggs. That's what's so enjoyable. Seems like we aren't getting it yet, which is pretty depressing. I mean, then again, with Cold War, even if we get an Easter egg, I don't think it's gonna add that much replayability to it, because that Easter egg's gonna get solved in about an hour. I'm gonna do my first attempt, take me 2 hours maybe, and then after that I'll just be completing it in 15 minutes every day, and it's not fun. It's not fun. It just isn't. And so the question is there, like, should we be happy that we're getting the Easter egg? Should we be happy that we're getting a new map? Because I can't care for a new map if the map isn't gonna be good. A lot of people complain that the maps, there are like a low amount of maps, but I don't think people see the bigger picture, and that's that the maps are trash. They just are. So let's go for the next thing. In the roadmap, what do we got? Weapons and operators. This one's gonna be pretty short, so the video should end soon. Operate weapons. We got the PPSH, Swiss ballistic knife. I don't know what that thing is. The carve. I don't know what that is. We got the PM63 and the baseball bat. So ballistic knife, not really that shocked. We've been having it in every single Black Ops game. Seems like by its design, it's the exact same from Black Ops, the original Black Ops. PM63 from Black Ops 1, I don't think I'll ever use it because never was a fan of the gun on BO1. G11, I might use it. Watch my words, it's gonna be meta in Warzone, and then Nick Mercs is gonna make it meta, and then he's gonna complain about shitty game balancing. The Swiss, we just got a sniper. Why are we getting another one? The main attraction here for me is the PPSH. It's been such a long time since we've used the PPSH in zombies, at least, and in multiplayer I guess as well, like other than a non-World War II game. The last time we saw it on a non-World War II game was, I think, Black Ops 3. And so I'm excited for that. I guess we're getting a PPSH meta in Verdansk before Vanguard releases. New operators, wouldn't really care seeing that, technically, when you play as them, you only see their hands, so I don't see the point in buying operators anymore. But the voice, I guess that's the only other thing that you should get excited for. Captain Price is coming. I don't know how that makes any sense in terms of lore, seeing that 1984 Captain Price is not even alive. But I'll just accept it with the fact that maybe it's either a non-canon crossover or it's his father or something. I'm just happy that he's 100% free. You don't have to pay a single dime if you own Cold War. So that's nice, because I wasn't bothered, like I couldn't be bothered to purchase I think it was Season 4 that brought him in MW. I couldn't be bothered to purchase this Season 4 Battle Pass just to play as Captain Price, because, you know, MW is just a shitty game. So all in all, I think in terms of PvP, this season is looking strong. I feel like it's the exact opposite of how Season 2 went. Season 2 was made for the zombie fans, and I feel like Season 3 is made for the PvP fans, unless we see a new map come into the zombies and also the Outbreak Easter egg, both in the same season. After Firebase Z's Season 1 Reloaded, not Firebase Z, Season 1's Reloaded, bringing Firebase Z, I had high hopes for Season 2 Reloaded, maybe bringing the Easter egg early. It didn't, and in Season 3 Reloaded, are we really gonna get the Easter egg before 3 Reloaded? We'll never know. But until then, this is me, Aaron, saying goodbye, and I hope you have a great day.